Stephen Curry is not satisfied with the current situation of the Golden State Warriors, and he made that very clear after a narrow win over the Minnesota Timberwolves. While he expresses opposition to a desperate move before the trade deadline, Curry stated that he is far from accepting a mediocre team and still has big ambitions to win. "Anyone who thinks I'm okay being on a mediocre basketball team is crazy," Curry said, making it clear that his mindset remains focused on winning and pursuing what's best for the team. "Take what I said, I'm still firm on that. But that doesn't mean we're not in a situation where we're trying to improve and make appropriate moves for that," added the star, highlighting that he and general manager Mike Dunleavy have already discussed the situation. Curry also emphasized that the expectations on him are high, but without making hasty or reckless moves. Curry's statement also included criticism of the frenzy of trade machines and speculation on social media, especially Twitter. He acknowledged that trades can be an exciting topic for fans and commentators, but suggested that the team's focus should be more on hard work and careful strategic decisions, without rushing into impulsive actions. "We'll take care of our business. Mike will take care of his. Let's see where we end up." Coach Steve Kerr, in turn, shared Curry's sentiment and reinforced that while the Warriors are facing struggles this season, that does not mean they are giving up. "I hope there's no misconception that we're not fighting and doing everything possible to keep this going. We just won't give up the future. Those are two totally different things. We're fighting," Kerr stated, explaining that the team is still focused on the pursuit of a championship, but without compromising the long-term future of the franchise. Now, the question remains for Warriors fans. Do you think the team should make bold moves now to improve the roster, or is it more prudent to focus on the future, as Curry and Kerr suggest? How do you see the balance between winning now and securing the future of the franchise? The NBA trade deadline is approaching, and rumors are starting to heat up. Imagine the impact of a star like Zach LaVine from the Chicago Bulls wearing a Golden State Warriors uniform. This possibility was recently discussed by ESPN experts and could be one of the most significant changes for the Warriors' season moving forward. LaVine, currently averaging 24 points, 4.8 rebounds, and 4.4 assists in 34 games for the Bulls, could be exactly what the Warriors need to give their season a boost. With his incredible shooting percentage, both overall, 51.7%, and from three-point range, 45%. LaVine offers explosive offense that could lighten the load on Stephen Curry, who has already been putting up impressive numbers with 22.7 points, 5.1 rebounds, and 6.1 assists per game. What's even more exciting is LaVine's playing style. He's shown to be extremely effective in isolation plays, with 116 points per 100 possessions, placing him among the top 10% of the league. For the Warriors, who have struggled with consistent offensive production outside of Curry, LaVine could be the missing piece. What's interesting is that he's also shown great ability to play off the ball, whether as a catch-and-shoot player or an excellent cutter, traits that would fit perfectly into Steve Kerr's system. The idea of seeing LaVine alongside Curry in the backcourt raises a lot of expectations. Together, they could provide the team with the type of dynamism the Warriors need to improve their offensive performance, which has been inconsistent this season. But of course, there are challenges. To bring LaVine to Golden State, the proposed trade by ESPN would involve sending Andrew Wiggins, Gary Payton II, Kevin Looney, along with a first-round pick in the 2026 draft to the Bulls. It's a trade that, while exciting, would raise questions about the team's future and long-term strategy. Wiggins, Payton, and Looney have been important pieces in the Warriors' 2022 title, but none of them have shown the same performance as when the team was at its peak. The big question now is, would adding LaVine be enough to justify trading three key players, including a future draft pick? Additionally, there is a legitimate concern. The Warriors, currently performing below a 50% win rate, need to evaluate whether they are ready to make this bold move. The decision to lose a player like Wiggins, who was part of the 2022 title, is something that will emotionally affect the team and the fans. What do you think about this, Warriors fans? Is now the time to invest in a new star like LaVine? On the other hand, the Bulls, who are in a rebuilding phase, may be looking for more than just a first-round pick, especially after losing DeMar DeRozan and not securing many advantageous trades recently. The negotiation could be more complicated than it seems, but it's certainly something the Warriors should carefully consider, as the trade deadline is fast approaching. What the Warriors need to understand is that, even if LaVine doesn't arrive, they still need to act quickly. The team is aware that, with the current roster, the chance of winning the 2024 to 2025 title is becoming more distant. What do you think? Would trading for LaVine be the right move for the Warriors? Or should the team stick with the current core and try to find a solution internally? The possibility of Zach LaVine joining the Warriors has caused a huge stir among NBA fans, and the trade proposed by ESPN certainly makes us think about Golden State's future. LaVine has shown this season that he is playing at a high level, averaging 24 points per game, with an impressive 45% shooting from three, and a playing style that would fit perfectly into the Warriors system. Just imagine Curry, LaVine, Thompson, and Green all together once again, chasing the title. That would be an explosive lineup, capable of putting Golden State back on top of the NBA. However, the trade isn't as simple as it seems. The proposal, which involves moving Wiggins, Payton II, Looney, and a 2026 first-round pick, makes us question, should the Warriors give up important pieces that still have a lot to offer in order to bring in LaVine? These players were key to the 2022 title, and losing all of them in one trade could drastically alter the team's dynamics, even with LaVine's talent. I understand the caution the Warriors are showing right now. The franchise has a history of making strategic decisions and understands that the team's future can't be compromised by an impulsive move. Curry's concern, as we've seen in his recent comments, is exactly that. He doesn't want to be on a mediocre team, but he also doesn't want to give up the team's future in pursuit of a quick solution. And this is where the situation gets interesting. After the narrow win over the Timberwolves, Curry made it clear that he is still hungry for titles, and his statement that anyone who thinks I'm okay being on a mediocre team is crazy reflects exactly what he represents for the Warriors, an unwavering competitor who won't settle for less than the best. And although he acknowledged that the team needs to improve, Curry also emphasized that he's not asking for hasty changes. His stance is admirable. He knows that, at 36 years old, the window to win another title isn't infinite. But at the same time, he recognizes that the long-term strategy must be maintained. There's no point in making a trade that could jeopardize the team's future, even if the move seems tempting in the moment. Personally, I see a delicate balance. Golden State has the potential to improve and become competitive again, but that needs to be done in a planned way. Trading essential players like Wiggins, Payton II, and Looney could shake the heart of the team. These athletes are more than just pieces on the court. They are symbols of the last great victory of the franchise, and losing this core could be riskier than the Warriors realize. We're at a crossroads. On one hand, there's the excitement of adding a star like Zach LaVine, who could relieve Curry's pressure and bring new energy to the team. On the other hand, there's the need to preserve the future of the franchise without giving up key players who were part of significant achievements. So, Warriors fans, what do you think about this? Should we risk a big trade to improve the team now? Or should the Warriors continue fighting with the current roster and, if necessary, make more cautious adjustments? I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Leave your comment below and share what you think about the current situation of the Warriors and the possible changes. If you're enjoying these discussions and want to know more about the future of the Warriors, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Let's keep track of what's coming in the Bay Area.